might be our last chance. Our chance? I mean, might be our chance, whatever. Von Karma only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he had ever dealt with something unexpected. He has let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. Alright. What are you getting at? It's like his testimony will be full of holes, Wright. That's right, Nick! No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15. Everything depends on Larry now. Alright. Well, we gotta keep going. This testimony is gonna change it, hopefully. Hopefully. December 27th, 10:35 a.m. God, look at Larry's stature. The court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me! Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. Please, Larry, don't screw us over. Please, please. The night of the murder. That night, I was out on the boat on the lake. I was looking for something. I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in the rental shop dock. Then I was just thinking about going home. I heard a bang. I looked over at the lake. I didn't notice the boat. So after I heard a single gunshot, I went home. Larry, question. Why'd you leave whenever there was a gunshot? That is very stupid to leave during a crime whenever you hear a gun. Well, I mean, if you don't want to get shot, of course that makes some technical sense. But still! That was unusually vague testimony even for this court. In any matter, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go back, go but forward, Nick. Yeah, I hear you. But the only thing was his logic at the end. It was the night of the boat, blah, blah, blah. God damn it, Larry, you and your funny facial gesture. I was thinking about going home and I heard the bang. I looked over at the lake and noticed the boat. And after I heard a single gunshot, I went home. Hold it! So, you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick? It was pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on contradictions. Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sis. The only thing we can do now is just... Wait a minute. Maybe we can do something about Statement 6. Alright, let's see... Here we go. Objection! Alright, this might change it. Wait a second, Larry. What? You only heard one bang. You're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. The old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you listening? Even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what all they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. Oh, God. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Oh, God, Larry. please, focus. Mr. Butts. What? You only heard one gunshot, are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Eh? Not sure? How could you be not sure? Not be sure, whatever. Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. Well, I was, listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude! On my headphones. No! Oh my god, Larry, why? You idiot! Why didn't you just simply say that you ended up accidentally exploding the Silver Samurai blimp, and that's what caused that whole thing to happen, and... Oh, wait. Oh, wait a minute! Oh. My statement's wrong, too. Because it happened before that. And that's what happened with, Nessie and stuff. Oh, okay, I'm dumb. I'm a dumb, but... whatever. Orders, and stop that booing! Mr. Butts! Were you listening to a radio on headphones? Yeah, so what? That's a crime? I listen to my radio. Everyone listens to the radio. Actually, I listen to my music, not the radio, but that's different. What's a big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should we continue the testimony? Let's continue. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah! Nothing more than pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he lost. Very well, Mr. Butts, please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right! Leave it to me! I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. Please believe me. Witness testimony. What Larry heard. It was lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I wasn't listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? And I was listening to it real booming loud like... But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too. Larry, I hate you sometimes. I hate you so much for giving us crappy statements. Whatever. I guess this is hopefully going to help us. If not, I'm going to kill Larry. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to choke him, hide his body, and make sure no one's a witness. Yeah. Okay, anyways. You were listening to your radio at high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe of the witness says? See, I keep changing it back and forth, sorry. What in the world has probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio? True enough, it is difficult to believe his testimony. Objection! Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer, a guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only takes between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Hopefully this will turn it around. What Larry heard. I was lonely, forever alone, QQ, forever alone. Anyways, listening to an all request. I'd like to hear a boom, but then I heard a gunshot. I remember the DJ saying something exactly at that time too. Alright, here we go. Hold it! What did he say? Objection! Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. Fuck you! This is my chance to turn this around. What possible good? Knowing what the radio DJ said to us. Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why should we care? We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if if we don't ask him? Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when they said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. This is almost ludicrous. Huh. Wait a minute. I heard, but there's one gleaming ray of hope in there. I gotta press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. Larry, you are dumb. Yes, you're dumb, Larry. You're forever alone. Hey, it's almost Christmas, and then I heard the gunshot. Alright. Let's try one more time. If we can at least use this, we could probably we could probably turn this around. Alright, here we go. Objection! Alright. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with that face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easily. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But that contradicts two testimonies we have heard so far, Your Honor. Miss both Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Clear contradiction. Make that a song and sing it along. Okay, anyways. Order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard the gunshot after midnight. However, the witness says he heard the gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him, suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butt's claim that he heard the gunshot before midnight? He's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard the gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming that you have the evidence for this vile clip. Show me the evidence. A gunshot was a gunshot before midnight. Bleh. Alright. Oh, here it is. Alright, here we go. If this turns it around, hopefully it works. Alright, here we go. Take that! Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh, yeah? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, the photograph was taken by an automatic camera. The camera was sent to go off whenever it in response to loud noises. Oh, correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. This is why the photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was almost definitely Christmas Eve. Indeed, I would see that that is the case. Then where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you sure? Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It was the fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, there were two sets of gunshots with the 25-minute pause between them. Or, why would this be? Objection! Don't be fooled, Judge. The camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes. There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why the witness could have sneezed triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man, clear! Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove the loud noise at 11:50 was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. Alright. The only thing we can really prove if we can is the pistol. Take that! This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both the witness who had testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. Then when was the last shot fired? Only now I realize the truth. That the third shot was shot. That the third shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. So that means there's a third bullet lying somewhere. Order. That would make sense of evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If it is true the 2 sets of gunshots, separate by 25 minutes, one at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? Uh-oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a sec. Gunshots separate by 25 minutes? Ah! What's wrong, Nick? I have it! Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course, I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the case in that case. What do you mean? Maya! Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm going to run it with it. Right, I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict, and we have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick? Your Honor! Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. Gotcha, Von Karma. Here we go. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Tisk. So you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Sorry. Wrong, Von Karma. The man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness photograph. Sorry, I'm trying to stretch. The defendant Edgeworth and the victim Robert Hammond were on that boat. Bang bang! Bang bang! There was a gunshot fired on the boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has been the other man on that boat. I admit it's hard to imagine any other possibilities. Yes, but assumes that the victim was shot 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of one of the shooting. The timestamp on the photograph was 15 minutes. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could have been innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who this is sitting on the boat. Okay, sure. Alright, here we go. Edgeworth and the murderer. This explains it. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guy, the Guise, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Guise and just call it a day. The Guise of Mr. Hammond and Edgeworth. Yeah. What? Are you serious? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous! Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... shit. I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah! Again you wasted my time. I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop. The old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would we have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest the real scene of this crime was not in the boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? The only place that could be there. Showed the judge where the murder could take place. I know the quality and the resolution's shit, but the only place would be one and only place, and it's here. Take that! Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing him. Objection! Do you have any proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. You spent my head. That night, he was out on the lake in the boat searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he started heading home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor. Even though he was wearing headphones at that time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would it be if he had returned a boat? The boat shop. Exactly. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. Alright. Meow, meow. But I think if I start at the very beginning and take it slow, I might be able to just figure this out. And this might make some sense. That night, the caretaker of the boat of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. Bang! You're dead, motherfucker. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got the boat with Edgeworth and went into the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? Ugh, gotta stretch my back. The boat shop caretaker. Of course, it was the murderer. Of course, the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Mr. Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would the shots, he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations, this moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had fired twice. That makes sense. To create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot, ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit, and then he fires again. Then, splash. The murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from an edge of the lake, it would appear that one of his men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice, to draw the attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everyone else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on his body, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These were events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Whew. We got it? We got it? Baffling. Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly. We did it! Very well. While we were waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense had said. Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, I actually did. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir! Baffling. What conducting a trial here, I asked you to remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him, quickly! We cannot allow him to get away. So this basically kind of reveals that, that the boat caretaker is the murderer. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. Such warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I'll extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is the boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well, the court is adjourned. Von Karma was very quiet to the end. December 27th, 1:22 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Yay, Nick! You did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out of the under the guilty verdict. What about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure. Once I snuffed through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our case weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it was us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so don't look like you're so in pain. It looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. And I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? no, there's so little time left. I want to tell you, but to get off my chest, but I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime that you committed? A memory of a murderer. Memory of a murderer? That's interesting. Anyways, to be continued. Ugh. I can take a break finally. Alright, this allows us to take a break from what's going on. We gotta go find the boat caretaker. Next up is detective work. So, bit by bit by bit, once we find the truth, we'll take care of this. Anyways, guys, in the next episode of Phoenix Wright, we're gonna find the truth and finally make sure Mr. Edgeworth is guilty. Not guilty once and for all. But anyways, in the next episode of Phoenix Wright, we are gonna head right into the case. Anyways, I will see you guys